Hey, First Lady.
Hey.
Guys, we are about 50 minutes home. Me and First Lady, we've had a time. And I tell you, we coming about middle ways in Louisiana. But we've had a time. What about you, First Lady?
I did. I watching him eat all those strange foods.
Yeah, I had oysters, charbroil, and Lord, we had a little bit of everything. Char grill, whatever it was.
Contact East Center 120.95.
120.97. But we had a blessed time, and good to be getting back home, though. Getting back to the family and
everything else.
We're cruising at about 200 and
kilo contact Shreveport approach 123.75.
About 210 miles an hour right now. We're really booking. And but anyway, First Lady trying to see what's going on over here.
Always.
But well, First Lady, let's talk a little bit about the scriptures. Let's talk about how good God's been and
how good He is. Oh, He's been good. He's been better than good, because He's a good Father.
Yes, He is. Let's talk to the church a little bit, won't you? Well, you know, I can tell you that I know all of us see all the tumultuous times going on, tough times, and gas at all-time highs, but we still got to remember who's in control. We got to remember who's in control. And my prayer is that everyone on here, no matter what we're in and what we're going through, that we remember who got this. Because one thing about God, He never forgets about us. He created us for His good pleasure. That means He's going to watch over us. And all we have to do is trust Him. What you think about that, First Lady?
Trust in the Lord. With all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct our path.
He's not a man that He shall lie.
19 040.
Or the Son of Man that He shall repent.
If He said a thing, shall He not do it? If He spoke a thing,
shall He not bring it to pass?
That's right. And so I tell you all that to let you know, stay encouraged. God, He never lies. He's looking after every little small thing that we're facing.
Everything.
And, you know, and I got a lot of stuff going on. My hands is in so many things. We actually doing a couple of real estate ventures, and sometimes I tell you, I wake up in the morning.
6 miles an hour, approach fix, turn left heading 010, maintain 2007 South Bay approach, cleared view RDME runway 32, Upton Tower.
Left turn 010, maintain outer above 2000 South Salvage, cleared VOR runway 32, and we'll stay with power after that. Alley 19.
Sorry, turn left heading 350 for the approach, still clear the approach.
Left 350 now, Alley 19.
But sometimes I wake up and I'm like just overburdened with so much. And you know, and many times God just says, listen, I'm directing your path. I'm leading you. You're listening. Some of the time anyway, He says that. But all I got to do is follow Him. You know, every venture that I get into, I try to have it a God venture. That, you know, what I've learned from the voice of God, when He speaks to you, I've had a lot of people say, well, how do you know it's God? Well, whenever God speaks to me on new ventures, not only will it bless me, it's going to bless others. And if it's just blessing me, at that point, I say, this may not be the Lord I'm visiting with. Because God is always looking after everyone around us. That thing just click in there.
Alley 19, contact tower 2730.
But
Switching tower, thanks for your help today. You guys have a good morning, Alley 19.
but even in that, He's looking after everybody around us. And sometimes He uses us as vessels to help others. But He's the answer. I don't care what you're facing. I don't care what you're going through. God's going to bless you to buy gas. He's bigger than gasoline. And my prayer is now, it's clicked in now, babe, it's working. But my prayer is now that we just stay faithful and trust God, because I'm telling y'all, He's the answer. I pray all the gates, those, you know, we're doing the revamp right now, and I pray everybody that's coming, I pray that your mind be to come and trust God, because He is the answer. I'm telling you, He's the way. And He's all, you know, all God ever wanted from us was just to trust Him, First Lady. Did you know that?
That's it. That's faith. That's having faith in Him, even what He says.
That's right. He never asked us to do a whole bunch of stuff. All He tells us is just trust Him. And I tell you, I've learned to trust Him. I've learned to trust God. A lot of stuff I may not understand.
Right.
But I've learned to trust Him. You know, but even in saying that, but we're flying in, this is the Baron. I had it about 2 years actually, but we did engine work on it. And it's a Baron B55. It flies at about 225 miles an hour pretty much. We're doing 182 knots now. That's about 210 or 15 miles. And probably use a little bit more fuel than normal. For one reason, I'm still learning how to do we put some gammies on it. I'm still learning that. But I tell you, we're enjoying this plane. I tell you, we can go a lot of places that we couldn't go before. And like I said, it's fast. From Athens, we could be in Galveston in about 25 minutes. It's about an hour and 46 minute flight from Athens to New Orleans. Actually in the air.
Still turning.
That's a little turbulence.
Want to get in that orange, do you?
Well, I don't want to be in there, but the wind blowing us around up here too. But well, First Lady, let's talk.
Approach Mirage 398 Papa Mike with you out of 9,600 descending into Alexandria.
Number 398 Papa Mike, full approach, altimeter is 2996, Alex is landing runway 32, winds estimated 3005 and airport standby.
Okay, we'll call the airport, landing runway 328 Papa Mike.
I'll let you talk a little bit, babe. Let's talk a little bit about the Lord.
God is so good. He's just so good.
Full approach, altimeter is 2996.
Flying, you just look at His creation. You know, man couldn't do this. Think they can. But you just be in awe of God and His creation. How He just spoke things to existence. There's nobody but God.
02, heavy full approach, go ahead.
Just be able to just see everything that He has made. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's right.
Oh,
And you want
just
18 to 23?
From the, you know, up in the air and you look down.
Stand by for that. We were told 18 to 20.
Just looks like a map. Just so awesome. We serve a great God, you guys.
202
Enjoy it.
200.
Big Mom would say, just enjoy the Lord. Enjoy Jesus. Because this is the day that He has made. The Bible says, let us rejoice. So we got to rejoice in this day and be glad. Be glad in it. So we just pray that you all are just enjoying the day that God has made.
Turn right heading 200 for traffic.
It's still here. Still here. We're still in our right mind. Still have our health. Still have our family. No friends. Near and far. So it's a blessing to all, just the love of God and how God loves us in spite of ourselves. We've done some terrible things. But God loved us through it.
That's right.
His loving kindness drew us. And that's what we have to do. We have to be compassionate and loving towards those who we think don't deserve God's mercy, God's grace, because if it had not been for His grace and mercy, we wouldn't be where we are today. So who are we to say who deserves grace and who deserves mercy?
That's right.
We all do.
Heavy, you are,
That He wished that none perish,
to work the
but that all would come into
200
repentance.
for now. I'm working on getting the other
So
airspace.
we're excited. We're excited. We just love the Lord.
Within the lateral confines.
Everything that
And let me
God
know
has
your 5 minutes
done.
start to be, and I'll let
We
you
may
know.
not understand a lot of things, but we
That's right.
trust. We trust Him.
That's right.
Just trust Him. People look at us and they say all kinds of things. Good and bad. But even in that, we can't even let the bad even detour us from what God is doing in our lives. Our lives is a testimony for others to see just how good God is, because everything God does, He does it so that He could get the glory, so that He could be magnified. So no matter where we go or what we do, all the glory belongs to God. Everything is His, no matter what. I don't care if you buy it. He gave you the money to buy it. It's still His.
Good. That's right.
No matter where you live, it's still His house. So everything is about God. So we have to live accordingly. So, I just bless God.
And what does He ask us to do, First Lady? He don't have to do much, do it.
Love Him with all of our heart, soul, mind.
And what else?
And love our neighbors.
And they are.
Ourselves.
And they are alike.
Too heavy. Once established in the lateral confines of the shadow.
And they both are alike.
And maintain
They both are alike.
230.
Yes.
And that means when you love God, you're loving me.
Yep. Love God, love people.
When you're loving people, you're loving God.
Same thing.
That was His plan for us.
That's what me say.
Yep.
Same thing.
Same thing.
No,
Same thing.
same thing.
So it's just a pleasure that God, and the very thing He asks us to do, y'all, you do it so much. I love doing it. I love loving people. I love
Really do.
trying to help. It gives me joy.
I get joy just watching him. Even, I know I think a lot of time I'm not paying attention because I may be looking out the window some while he's talking. Even when we're in the Uber, he just witnessed to so many people. I watch him. I pay attention. I listen. You might think I'm not listening, but I'm listening.
Tell him about what happened the other day when I was dying.
Oh gosh, he was wanting some. What is that thing?
Frosty.
He was wanting the Frosty so bad for. So we was catching the Uber. They're really not supposed to go that long in a line, because the line was wrapped around the building. So we were in the line, and I'm actually looking like, okay, the clock is going to be ticking this side. I don't know if he's going to wait in this line or whatever. But he decided, hey, I'll just go ahead and I'll just wait or whatever. So we could go inside because it was closed, but they could go through the drive-thru. So anyway, husband just began to just talk to him and things, and he said that he used to be Christian. He basically got away from religion because he would ask questions, and that's good. He would ask questions, and said the one pastor that he had would answer his questions, and he's like, well, why wouldn't you tell me what I need to know to even just to make life better for himself? The pastor felt like he was just asking too many questions. My husband just mentioned to him, and he got to telling us about he got involved in the Hebrew, all of that stuff, and husband just mentioned to him about the word of the Lord. And the guy, he actually listened, and he got to tell us about it. When he was 12, he was baptized. He said, I believe in God. I believe. My husband would just really ask him about heaven and hell. Did he believe? At one point he did, and he kind of, it's almost like it's whatever. And my husband said, but what if you're wrong? If there is a hell? I was like trying to flip it, doesn't stay with it. And he began to just, like I say, he just began to just minister to the guy. He really just listened. So what turned into was supposed to have been just a couple of minutes through the drive-thru turned into about 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it was all because That whole day I was fiending ice cream. I never do that. But God knew that there was an appointment had to be made at Wendy's.
It was a setup.
So all day long I'm whining about
Ice cream.
so we're on the cruise, and I said, First Lady, we're going to make it in time to go in the mall, because they had a shake. I said, I'll try a chocolate shake. And we was too late. Time we got back, that was closed. The only place I knew that had ice cream was Wendy's around there. So I'm dying to get to Wendy's. We catch this Uber. We get to Uber. Line's long. We can't go in. And then, after we witnessed to this young man, me and First Lady, then we get to the window. We done sat there 30 minutes. They said, we don't have Frosty here. I looked at First Lady. I said,
but it was all God.
If it wasn't a setup, God set me up. He set him up. And I'm telling you, it was nothing but a powerful setup. And, but to God be the glory. I mean, we wasn't, I think, I even prophesied. The Lord told me to tell him he had 5 kids. The Lord told me 2 of his kids going to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ.
To his son.
That man looked at me. He was just and I know when he got home, he probably told his wife, that crazy black man told me.
And 2 of my sons.
2 of my sons going to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord.
But he didn't deny it. He just
that's right.
Look,
that's right.
Like, wow. Okay.
That's right. That's right. So, but I tell y'all what, but we had a blessed time. We did. And looked like I'm going to run out of some juice on my, we didn't bring did we bring I know we got a card to charge. Is it buried up back there?
I can look.
If it is, don't worry about it.
Focus approach at their
normally I put it in my brown bag, but
Let's see.
371 Polk Approach, altimeter 2996.
No, but I think it's in that bag.
okay, no problem. It'll probably go off, but we'll be good.
The current weather is,
Sure.
Oh yeah, we'll follow. We got all this stuff here. Got my phone too, worst case. But yeah, y'all, it was a blessed time, I tell you.
371, you can see direct to the Alexandria Vortex and then direct to
God, he sets us up sometime, to
Alexandria Vortex.
he sets us up to witness to the people.
We'll let you know when we have
It was a setup.
And God had need of him there and me there.
So I need to get back there and get your
Oh, no, we good. I got 9%. And we'll be on the ground in 37 minutes. It may not last that long, but when it fade out, that'll be good. I could actually blank it out and save a little bit. Then whenever I get closer, I use it. Because this is telling me if I'm on the line straight. See?
Yeah.
Little turbulence up here, though.
Yeah, it is.
But we're still making good time. I mean, real good time. But anyway, guys, we love y'all. I pray that you've had a blessed week. Tomorrow we're having a youth deal. Youth Day at Kiwanis Park, and then Sunday morning we got Brother August speaking. One of the youth. He's good too. Boy, I tell you, he's awesome. And all the youth is going to run the whole service is the plan. So, just letting y'all know that you want to come and bring a youth on Sunday morning. Love to have you. We're going to have a time. I'm hoping this year we can all fellowship more, be with each other more. That's my prayer plan. Because as God gets ready to come back, and he's coming back.
No, for sure.
I mean, you believe that he's coming back. I think we just got to get ourselves ready. And then when he talks about a church without a spot or a wrinkle, really what he's talking about, a church without hatred, without bitterness, a church without unforgiveness, He's talking about a church that got everything folded up correctly. He's talking about a church that don't believe in losing a relationship to be right.
That's good right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you tell people right, but you leave it right there. Don't let it break your relationship.
Exactly.
You know.
Not always about
That's right.
you winning a conversation.
That's right. And many good relationships have been broken, mainly because
Who's right, who's wrong?
somebody's trying to be right or wrong.
371, send a top pressure, maintain 3,000.
So,
Down to 3,000.
so I tell you, those are the things we have to really work on. And yeah, we're doing good. We're about probably 30 some odd minutes before you're on the ground. We're gonna start descending here in a bit. We're just crossing the Texas line, and that means we'll be in Athens.
Romeo, contact forward center 126.32.
We're crossing the Texas borderline, and we're gonna be in Athens and landing in 30 minutes, y'all. That tells you how fast we're going. We're going about 100 and probably about 115, 118 miles an hour now, and we're booking. We're booking. We are booking. I mean booking. But yeah. Well, First Lady, anything else you want to say for?
Love God, love people.
Y'all,
Love them.
it's that simple.
Love them.
Love God.
Love them with the love of God.
That's right. Love God. I like what Pastor Henderson put on there. Did you read it? He says, whenever you treat anybody Christ-like, he said you didn't have to speak a word, but you preached the gospel at that moment.
Yes.
And that is nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
And if we can get that in our churches, a lot of churches got it. I'm telling you, a lot of them, I visit y'all churches, y'all got it. Then there's some who still have vendettas and who mad at the people who left, you know. And let me say this in response to that. You know, when people leave, you know, and they go to another church, we're all still on the same team.
Right, we serve the same God.
That's right. Now, don't get me wrong. It affects all of us, because what happens to us pastors, we start thinking, well, I didn't do great enough. So there's some hard feelings.
Mike suggests about a 180 heading for a downwind on the west side of the airfield. Got a regional jet inbound from the east, doing the visit push runway 32.
So there's some hard feelings.
180 on the head.
But
that left down.
we as leaders, we can't forget that they wasn't ours. Most of them were strangers before we met them. They came, and then we fell in love with them. But we still have to remember they belong to God. And pastors, when that happened, I mean, you keep loving them. We know the relationship changes some, but you keep on loving them. You don't be upset. You know, I hear some say, "Man, it's crazy," you know. But this is where we are, and this is why Jesus, all through the New Testament, he kept talking to the believers about love one another. And these were people that has the Holy Spirit in them, but he had to keep telling them, you know, love one another, love one another, love one another, and because the world would know that you're my disciples. And that's the big test.
1621 whiskey, folks.
1621 whiskey.
21 whiskey. Contact Houston Center 126.95.
126.95. Thanks for your help.
Approach 398 Pop Mike.
Aaron, 1621 whiskey is at 8,500 feet level.
Hello, 1621 Whiskey, Houston Center, lofting altimeter 29908.
29908. They're playing down there.
Yeah.
Them?
Yeah.
9 Papa Romeo, Houston altimeter 29908.
He booking, ain't he?
Jetlings 242, Houston Center, clear to Australia.
$184 miles an hour. Let's see here. My phone even saying
what?
we're doing 212 miles an hour. We're about 25 minutes from landing.
Where we at, close to Longview or something?
Oh no, we're barely on the Texas border.
Oh, okay. I'm saying how far is Longview?
Well, we're 111 miles from Athens.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna do that 111 miles in 36 minutes. Now that's big. Hear me?
Oh, it is.
Issue 6090, contact Houston Center, 134.42. American 2307, contact Fort Worth Center, 132.27.
We're right on course, babe. Well, okay, we love you guys. That was all. We'll see you next time. I don't know. I think we're going to Galveston next time. So love you guys. God bless you.
Jetlings 242, clear to destination.